on Iwtv News.
The cup runneth over, the annual father-son debate, and the winner is safety first for students. But how? What about new campus security? You know, teachers are human too. Students back to school, but what about the other side? Soccer Fest on the home turf. That's right, friends, the Reavers are in the house.
From the campus of Iowa Western, you're watching Iwtv News.
Hello, I'm JJ Davis, and welcome to Iwtv News. And you know, it's kind of weird. I mean, here we are in just the second week of the season, and already father and son are going toe-to-toe. That's right, as second-ranked Iowa Western kicks off its home schedule against an old friend. However, Iowa Central's come up with some new tricks. Like, take last week, for instance. The Tritons knocked off Butler. Are you serious? That's right, mighty Butler. And guess who's next? The Reavers ready to rock and roll with I Central in the fight for the Kinney Cup. Now the visitors go for it on 4th and 5. Kaylin Jennings with the INT. 3 plays later, quarterback TJ Starks lets it fly. Hits Michael Zachary, and number 1 turns it into an 89-yard scoring play, 6-0 home team. The dark side defense forces 3 turnovers. Triton QB Blake Deaver, like a greased pig, into the hands of Chester Graves. However, Big Blue unable to capitalize.
Right now. Just be alert to that, okay? Just like how you did last time.
Second quarter, Clay Bethard with some reps at QB to Nick Singleton. Singleton 9 catches, 116 yards. The drive stalls. Eddie Ogambe drills a 28-yard field goal. Later, a 33-yard chip shot, 12-0 Iowa Western. Late in the half, Iowa Central drives 75 yards in 12 plays. Deaver finds Rashad Whitty good for 24. The quarterback calls his own number from the 1-yard line, 12 seconds left, and the Reavers' lead is cut to 12-7 at the break. Second half, TJ Starks a rope to Javante Richardson, and 28 yards later, it's 19-7 Big Blue. Later in the third quarter, Starks, who finishes just 8 of 24, 226 yards and 3 touchdowns, hits Marcel Barbie good for 22 yards and the score. 26-7 Iowa Western after 3. Scott Strohmeyer watches the Tritons drive 80 yards to cut the lead to 26-13, and then quarterback Justin Blake with the rainbow to Emmanuel Logan Green down to the Reaver 3-yard line. The visitors punch it in. 26-20, 2:48 to play. The home side, a little gassed. Iowa Central gets the ball back with 1:39 to go. Big Blue comes up with 2 of its 4 sacks and some big plays as Iowa Western just holds on to the Kinney Cup for the 9th straight year with a 26-20 hard-fought win.
To win, I think we knew coming in that it was going to be a dogfight, and we had too many opportunities to put the thing away. Then we didn't, and just gave them life. And when you give a team like that life, they got firepower. That's what happens.
On that specific play, I trusted my quarterback to get the ball there, and I trusted my speed to be able. He was pressed down, so I knew the whole time what I was running, and that I was gonna get past him. So that was just executed all practice, and we just executed during the game too.
Felt like they were giving you guys a piece of your own medicine with that short stuff.
Yeah, it's very hard to get to the quarterback on a 3-step. We kind of practiced that a little bit, but it's a hard count and everything. The way their offense worked out, it was kind of challenging, but we got the job done.
It was tough. People were tired, but we just had to keep fighting, keep grinding. All the hard work we put in over the summer, it just showed tonight.
What does it mean for you guys to hold them off Kinney Cup?
It means a lot, man, because it's way bigger than us. So we couldn't have did it without the practice the coaches prepared this week. I really didn't know how special this rivalry was until I actually played in it. And it's really a great rivalry, man.
Offensively, we missed some opportunities. It shouldn't even have been that close. I knew this one would be tough, and everybody, maybe didn't quite believe me. But, we basically really dominated the game. Besides, we didn't score down in the red zone. Essentially is what happened.
Next up, the Reavers make the trip to Hutchinson, Kansas, and a date with the Blue Dragons.
Reavers on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Reavers!
Way to hit him in the mouth.
Yeah, Landon.
Hey, where Clark at?
Okay, now, what's that old coach speak? You know, teams make the most improvement from the first game to the second. Would you agree? Hey, a win is a win is a win. 10th straight over I-Central, 9th in a row for the Kinney Cup. TJ Starks completes just 8 passes, but 3 go for touchdowns. And look at Nick Singleton, over 100 yards receiving. Mr. Zigzag, Michael Zachary, just 2 balls, including that spectacular 89-yarder for 6. The dark side continues to play in the opponent's backfield. 17 tackles for loss. 17. So 2-0, baby, and that's all that counts. Next up, time to hit the road to the little SEC once again, and Hutchinson. Keeping it outside, badgering the Badgers. The 6th-ranked Reavers run around for the first time on the new field or a pitch. Hey, there's a new pitch here on campus. It's a safer place to live. When we come back.
From the campus of Iowa Western, this is Iwtv News.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework. I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
1 in 5 children struggle with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to understood.org.
Pretty much every student I talk to says the same thing. The Iowa Western campus is beautiful, and it is. And safe, too. The powers that be, rest assured, make sure that. You see, Reaver country is constantly being upgraded. And you parents out there, don't sweat it. Your kids are in very safe hands. And the latest example, well, here's Iwtv student E.J. Wren.
More than 1,200 students live on the campus of Iowa Western every year, so changes in security measures can affect a lot of people. This year is no exception.
We have had students placed in the tower that are male, in the village that are male and female. In Suites 1, it's male, and then in Suites 2, it's primarily female. However, this is also the facility that holds our Pride community.
There was a survey that was conducted last year, and it showed an overall percentage that some people felt it was more necessary just to disband the co-ed changes, and go ahead and make it an all-girl facility and all-boy facility.
One of the main topics was the women's safety, just so they could feel like they're at home, they felt safe, secured in their living environment. For check-ins and check-outs, you have to have your resident. It doesn't matter what building you're in, you have to be checked in, male or female. So when you check in someone, if they live on campus, you can use your student ID. Both can use their student ID. But if they live off campus, you have to have your state driver's license. And then you can come in. But when you leave the facility, you have to check out, and you will get your IDs back.
Last year, students were able to come and go as long as they were residents. However, this year, for the guest policy, students have to check in. Anyone that does not live in a facility is required to check in. Checking is really easy. You have to have a host, so the host is an individual that lives in that facility. That individual will check you in. You'll leave your student ID or your driver's license at the front desk, and then you're welcome in our facilities 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
It is a lot coming in, checking in your guests, explaining to your guests that you have to be checked in, even if you live on campus. But in the long run, it ensures people's safety.
Making sure that our students feel that Iowa Western campuses, like staying on the suites or wherever you stay at, making sure that it's a safe environment, not only for yourself, but also for your learning environment and other students as well. So it's not just about you, it's about everybody else as well. It's all about us.
A lot of people were involved in this conversation, residence life staff as well as student life and student success staff. ultimately every college is wanting students to be successful. I think change is difficult. For returning students, this was a change to their daily process coming in and out of the residence halls. However, for the freshman students that are new to our residence halls, it's what they know. It's the only thing that they know. And I have to applaud our students. They've been great participants. They've been patient with us when it might take a little bit longer to check students in. But ultimately, they've done a rock star job.
Over 400 guests have visited the suite since the beginning of the fall semester. New security measures may be confusing for returning Reavers, but these measures have been put in place for the security of everyone involved. For Iwtv, I'm EJ Wren.
Thanks, EJ. Now, what about the kids that come here from all around the world? I mean, it's an adjustment, isn't it? Or is it? Well, here's our young reporter from Mexico, Iwtv student Maridani Garcia.
Iowa Western is home to over 100 international students representing more than 40 different countries, including Jamaica, Nigeria, Germany, and more.
I think Iowa Western's a little unique in that it's a 2-year institution, but we offer a lot of the amenities that a 4-year institution would offer, which means that students can come here and get the on-campus living, work experience.
The campus of Iowa Western is a nice in-between for both students from big cities and rural areas.
Only 1,300 students can live on our campus, which is something we like to brag about, but it's also something that we can say, hey, it's a smaller community, you won't get lost.
My first impression is I feel welcomed. That's the most important thing. Everyone is nice, especially the people at the cafeteria. They have good food. You know, like even if you're having a bad day and you walk in the cafeteria, the way they greet you, like, hey, how are you doing today? You know, so everyone is nice around here.
It's kind of a family for me already, even if I'm only here for like 4 weeks. Everyone is really, really nice, and I feel pretty comfortable everywhere here.
The only kind of challenge I have was, you know, missing my family a lot. But as time goes on, I learned that I'm trying to chase a dream, which is trying to create a future for my whole family, not just for myself.
Being away from the family is always hard, but like through having this second family, the team, it's not that hard. I don't feel homesick or something like that. I hope that my English is going to be a lot better when I leave here. And like being away from home is always a good experience. I always wanted to do that, and I'm pretty excited about it.
The truth is, this country is good. The city I'm in, it's a very nice place, but my reason for coming down here has not changed. It's to get my degree, go back and, you know, try to invest in my country, because that's my major aim. I want my country to be better like United States, and that's why I'm here.
With Iowa Western Television, I'm Maridani Garcia.
Thanks, Maridani. But what about the other side? We know it's a fresh start for students, but what about the teachers? They're human too. Why, you don't believe me? Into the looking glass. It's always half full for the teachers, and by the time they're ready to drink from the classrooms of academia, they're ready.
So they're gonna say, can I get a mic check? I really recommend you read the script as they're checking your mic instead of just saying check, check, check.
I'm always really excited to come back to school. I love having summers with my kids, but about middle of July, they start kind of picking on each other, and I'm like, okay, you guys need to go back and learn something, and frankly, so do I.
Good advice that I give to people. I'm like, oh, put yourself in the right spot. I would say for us, it's exhausting, and that's okay to say, because it is. Because if it's exhausting if you're really putting your best foot forward. My voice is weak, my back is tired, but it's a delight to be back.
I think the hardest part is feeling out your classes. Each class has a different personality, and so you get to know them on the first day and figure out kind of how you're going to do things and just judge how the class is going to go.
Reaching my 40s now, my Seinfeld jokes don't go over quite as well anymore.
So you got to come up with new material. So you got to be watching the shows, listening to the music, so that you can make jokes that people are actually going to laugh at.
They've gone to Internet Explorer, for example. I tell my students, if I make a mistake, let me know and I'll fix it for you. So if they make a mistake, I make a mistake, and hopefully we'll be kind to each other when we do that.
I try to make it interesting and fun in the class. Economics is labeled the dismal science, and so it's important to bring it to life a bit. And in doing that, I have to bring relevant real-world examples.
Some things I change because I'm just bored with them. They might still be effective. The new students would have never heard them before or had it presented that way before, but I just get bored.
I've noticed some of them are timid, some of them are struggling to ask questions, and some of them are actually really excited to be there.
This is my first full-time semester at Iowa Western. I've only taught actually one class here in the past, but I've been adjuncting for years and taught dozens of classes. So I'm trying to get into a routine where I'm here every day in an office.
Welcome back. The
First couple weeks are probably everything to us that it is to them. It's fresh, it's intimidating, it's exhausting.
I always look for ways to improve, and I ask my students, what do you like, what do you not like, what should I do better, what things should I take out?
It's really exciting to see so many new students because they're embarking on their education, which hopefully will turn them into lifelong learners.
Every year, it's a brand new thing, brand new crop of students, add some changes in there, it becomes a different experience.
So you'll see that the script is right in front of you.
It's an experience that comes around every August. Into the looking glass they go, always half full for teachers, and in the end, just as meaningful for the students. They win. How about some more fun to be had by all? I mean, it wasn't just a game, but an event. Ah, yes, there's no place like home. A bunch of Badgers find that out after the break.
Okay, it's decision time. I want to experience a 4-year college in 2 years. I want to live on campus, but get to my career faster. I want to get started now. Find your path at iwcc.edu and get hands-on, real-world experience. Start now at Iowa Western.
It wasn't too long ago the soccer field underwent an extreme makeover. Just a few months later, it's primed and ready for some championship football. First up, the ladies. 9th-ranked Iowa Western, coming off that very impressive win at Butler, kicks off its season at home. And against not exactly a pushover either. Try number 17 Snow College. The Reavers hit the ground running. Less than 10 minutes into the match, Ashley Overberg just keeps it alive, and number 25 with the cross. Kiwani Sousa with the left foot, and Big Blue is on the board. Late in the half, Iowa Western little miscommunication in the back. Sophia Stewart from outside the 18. And it's a 1-1 game at the break. Second half, each side with some chances. Home team free kick. The Reavers, 8 shots on goal. The visitors, a free chance. And the Badgers, 5 shots.
To help us be a little bit more aggressive. Otherwise, we're playing a little bit timid.
Scoreless half into overtime, and not even a minute into the first overtime period. Julia Hunt with the header just 36 seconds in, and Snow College stuns Iowa Western 2-1.
I think our organization could have been better. That's something that I didn't like, and I think that's on me. I think we've got to solve that pretty quickly. But we'll go back and we'll look at the video, and that'll tell us a lot. So I didn't like our shape. I didn't like our organization.
I think they could just possess better, and we weren't quite ready for it. I think that Butler's defense was better, and we didn't take advantage of the weakness that Snow College's defense has had. so I feel like we could have been a little bit better there.
The match was good, but I think they were more tough than us. And I think we can do better than what we did today.
Stick around for the men's game.
I thought it was a good match. That's why we brought Snow in. We knew they were a good team. We knew the possibility of losing was real, and that's exactly what I want from my team. I want us to be tested. I want us to be challenged. And if that means taking a loss early in the season, that's the risk that we take for playing great competition.
Iowa Western drops the first match of its 5-game homestand. In fact, the Reavers don't hit the road again for the next 3 weeks. Then it's the guys' turn. Now Big Blue scores 4 minutes into the match, but Snow College counters 10 minutes later. Tie game. Iowa Western 15 shots overall, 4 on goal. The Badgers take a 2-1 lead at the break, and the visitors another quick counter 5 minutes into the second half. 3-1 Snow College. The home team just quality scoring chances, breaking down the defense, but in the end, unable to finish. The Badgers outshoot the Reavers 3-1.
If I remember correctly, 10 years being here, I believe that might be the worst loss that we've ever had on home soil. I don't think we've ever had a 2-goal difference.
We should have done is what we do best, which is dominate teams, make teams feel like they don't have a chance to play against us. Today we didn't show up.
I think we have not played together. Really? I don't know.
I mean, they had moments was good. I mean, there were some moments where, I was talking to Nuno, the other coach. He was, dude, your team's good. But the truth is, we lost 3-1, and those results what really, really matter. So honestly, we looked really bad at times too, as you've witnessed.
Like the ladies, it's just one match. And like the women, the men stay home for their next 4 matches. Plenty of time to figure things out. Turning to some volleyball. Third-ranked Big Blue closes out its 5-game homestand against a pack of Panthers. Here's Iwtv student and the pride of TC, Brian Tesmer.
Number 3 Iowa Western taking on unranked Ellsworth. First set, Genesis Sheridan throws it over the net. The freshman from Chicago leads the way with 12 kills on 14 attempts. Sheridan hitting an insane 857. Then Hina Pua'a sets up Cortland Henderson for the monster kill, and the Reavers roll over Ellsworth 25-3. Set number 2's more the same domination from Big Blue. Visitors rack up one of their 10 hitting errors. The home team picks up another ace. Iowa Western finishes with 14. More mistakes for the Panthers. Ellsworth only hitting 130 in the match. Reavers take it 25-16. Third set, Ellsworth scoring some points, but Big Blue creamed the Panthers 25-17.
The second and third set, we just put some people in different places that they hadn't played. They had to make some adjustments. Not that they necessarily played poorly. Our girls played poorly, but I thought that they were just kind of adjusting to some things that I wanted to see to kind of prepare us for this weekend.
Our coach tells us to play our game, and this is the time where we need to gain experience and we need to play system balls better and improve ourselves for the better teams.
This win we're going to take as a confidence builder. We're going to use it to kind of prepare us for tomorrow. We're going to get after it in practice and then get ready for this weekend where we're going to see a lot of big blocks and a lot of good volleyball.
I think that the girls are seeing that we're a really good team and we're going to be hard to beat, and I think that's great for our confidence going into the weekend. I think this game is good for us to mix and match some people in different places and see how they can kind of build some trust with not only their teammates but but me as well, you know, just kind of put me in coach type mentality. And I thought that we had that opportunity today to put a lot of different people in different positions and see how they respond.
Iowa Western remains unbeaten at 5-0. The Reavers make it 4 straight against Ellsworth. For Iwtv Sports, I'm Brian Tessmer.
Big Blue looks to burn it up down in the Sunshine State. Showdown time and a rematch of the 2016 National Championship game. Miami-Dade once again wins it in 3 at the Polk Invite. Third-ranked Iowa Western rebounds with 3 straight wins. Not bad. The Reavers now a stellar 8-1. Finally, what do you think of a football jamboree? More than just football at LC. We'll join in the fun on the other side.
Dad's home!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Great day all around this past weekend. The big football game, of course, the big game, but it was also a big event. I mean, there are sights and sounds everywhere for big kids and little kids, and yours truly included. You know, there's something about that first football Saturday. Once again, here's Iwtv student Maradani Garcia with photographer Kaylee Kleineff. Thanks, Maradani, and good shooting, Kaylee. So, round 2 is in the books, and I hope you had a good Labor Day weekend, and now it's off to the rest of September as 2018 heads into the home stretch. And so, for this latest edition of Iwtv News, I'm J.J. Davis, and as always, I'll see you around campus.
Iwtv is online. Like us, follow us, watch us.